Set reminder in 6 months to put a pinned comment on this post to report back on how this heart rate monitor is tracking.
Okay, I've added it.
Okay, a new product today from Wahoo, the Wahoo TRACKR heart rate monitor. Now, Wahoo heart rate monitors previously have seen both ends of the consumer review spectrum, from the original Tickr being very loved to the current model Tickr being, well, anything but loved. Okay, jumping straight to the technical specifications of this new heart rate monitor from Wahoo, which I really think should have been called the Tickr with the 3 there, given it's the 3rd generation. Internal rechargeable battery up to 100 hours, sometimes over, of use between charges. Ant Plus, multi-Bluetooth, reports HR, HRV, but you do need to connect it to something. Your bike computer, your phone, something to record that information. IPX7 waterproofing, there's no on-off button, just put it on and it starts working. There's an LED status indicator. The weight is claimed at 39 grams on the scales. Here it comes in at 41 grams. The strap closure is a side hook, so it's not a press button. There's a USB-C to magnet charging cable, which really needs a tag on it to identify what device it's for. There's a 4-digit code printed on the back of the pod, indicating which pod is yours, if you're a little confused with lots of Bluetooth devices in the area. There's a specific QR code in the box that instructs the Wahoo app to only look for trackers when first setting this up. And Wahoo claim the packaging is 100% edible. Hold up, recyclable. Okay, this unit doesn't have any run dynamics and no onboard storage. It's straight up a heart rate monitor. Pricing there on screen. Now this is subject to change. I'm recording this a few days early, so the Aussie pricing hasn't been totally locked in just yet. But in the US, you're looking at around $90, $120 in Canada, £80, 90 euros, Aussies around 150, maybe a little less, fingers crossed, we'll see. And in Japan, you're looking at just over 10,000 yen. So the 6-month reminder that I put at the start of this video was for good reason. I seem to kill heart rate straps. I can get any old heart rate strap and it will work perfectly for 3 to 6 months. Do a first battery change and from then on, it's a nightmare. And I know, there's probably comments on this video already. The Polar H10, unkillable. Unfortunately, I've also killed a Polar H10. So there is no heart rate god to bow down to. These things operate in probably the worst conditions ever. Hot, sweaty, under your clothes, get chucked on the ground. And when the strap doesn't work,
you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing, you get me?
That usually does fix it actually. But regardless, I'm hard on heart rate straps. And yes, I have been through a few Tickrs in my time. Now I have to clean that up. So let's see how this one goes with the box that I didn't eat. Now when it comes to testing heart rate monitors, it's probably the easiest technical product to test. There's either a heartbeat or there's not. And thankfully, it's not as complicated as a torque sensor. Quickly over to my favorite website, the DCR Analyzer tool, to have a look at 2 data sets with the Wahoo TRACKR up against 2 other heart rate monitors, 1 data set indoors, 1 data set outdoors, and let's pull up my current heart rate right here as I record this video. Okay, so the first test here was indoors on Zwift for just over an hour. We had the Wahoo TRACKR, the Coros optical heart rate monitor, and the Magine H603 heart rate strap. And for whatever reason, the first few minutes of almost every strap that I have is a bit wonky. So once the wonk was gone, everything looked pretty good. So zooming in through here, 141 average, 141 average, 141 average. If only reviewing technical things was this easy. The only standout here, a little dip, a couple of dips here as I sat up and had a drink or something like that. The Coros was pretty smooth with its averaging, but it's also quite laggy in its uptake with a few little intervals here. So the Coros was taking a little bit of time coming up. Other than that, really not much to pull out. For usable data, the accuracy there was just fine, pretty much across the board. On my outdoor ride with a lunch stop in the middle. And again, early on, things weren't too bad early on, though I did start this down the road a little bit further. Coros, again, and well, this is not a review of the Coros, but it's a little laggy in the uptake there and a little laggy in the drop-off through there. Other than that, these 3 heart rate monitors working very well. Diving in just here, 147, 147, 147. The responsiveness, all pretty good. And yeah, the only thing I can pull out is the Coros, just being a little laggy, being an optical heart rate strap. And thus concludes the accuracy testing so far of the Wahoo TRACKR. All was looking pretty good. Okay, so there we are, the new Wahoo TRACKR heart rate monitor with its internal battery. Stay tuned to see how this performs in about 6 months' time. I'm very keen to see if I can kill this one too. All right, with that, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for watching this one. As always, if you found this informative or entertaining, or if you watched this on the toilet, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe to get across more videos on this channel, and we'll see you soon.